Namaste everyone and welcome. This is Jugal from Northeastern Hindu YUVA. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about our organization and where it comes from. Our organization is briefly summarized by its name. YUVA, or YUVA, is an acronym that stands for Youth, Unity, Virtues, and Action. Here at Northeastern University, we aim to preserve, practice, and promote our Hindu values and create a place on campus for Hindus to practice and express their identity freely. We are a group of individuals that take action in order to bring people together and uphold values of respect and gratitude. Today, Northeastern Hindu YUVA is hosting its first Ramnavami event. Ramnavami is a Hindu spring festival that celebrates the birth of Lord Rama, the seventh avatar of the god Vishnu. In the Hindu faith, Ram is considered the ideal man and is worshipped by Hindus across the globe. The day is marked by the Ramakatha recitals or reading of Rama stories, doing Kirtans and singing bhajans. So today, we're going to celebrate Ramnavami similarly with Krishna Dasji and his bhajans. Now Rishi is going to give a little introduction for Krishna Dasji.
Krishna Dasji's spiritual journey started in the late 60s when he met spiritual seeker Ram Das. He traveled across the country with Ram Das as a student, captivated by the stories of his recent trip to India, where he had met the legendary guru Neem Karoli Baba, famously known as Maharajji. Finally, following his heart in August 1970, Krishna Das left behind his dreams of being a rock star and made his way to meet this remarkable being. Basking in the love of Maharajji in the 3 years that followed, Krishna Dasji's heart was drawn to the practice of Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. After 2.5 years with Maharajji, he returned to the US. Sadly, 6 months after his return, word came that Maharajji had died. In 1994, he started leading the chant at Jiva Mukti Yoga Center in New York City. Over the years, he continued chanting, developing his signature style, fusing traditional kirtan of the East with Western harmonic and rhythmic sensibilities. He has taken the call and response chanting out of yoga centers and into concert halls, becoming a worldwide icon and the best-selling Western chant artist of all time. To date, Krishna Dasji has released 16 well-received albums, including Live Ananda, released in January 2012, that was nominated for a Grammy in the Best New Age Album category. In February 2013, Krishna Das performed at the Grammy Awards in Los Angeles, California. The award-winning film, One Track Heart, The Story of Krishna Das, has been in over 100 US cities and over 10 countries worldwide. In 2014, the Kirtanwala Foundation was formed. This 501c3 is dedicated to spreading the teachings of Krishna Dasji's guru and spiritual teacher, Maharajji. His teachings can be summed up by saying, love everyone, serve everyone, and remember God. Thank you, Krishna Dasji. We're very grateful to have you, and I request you to take over.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me here. I don't feel like a worldwide icon, but if you say so. All right. So we'll chant. And we'll start off with some bhajans, Ram bhajans, and then I'll end with Hanuman Chalisa. And what I'll do is, in the Kirtan part, I will sing a line, and then I will leave space for you to repeat, because that's how Kirtan is done, call and response. So I'll leave room for you. First, we'll start with some Oms. We'll start with a short prayer. Pranavam Pavanukuma Kalabana Pava Kagyanagan Jasu Hridaya Vasin Ram Sarachapadha Atulita Baladhama Himshala Badeham Nurjavana Krishan Gyani Nama Graganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Nadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namani Oshpade Krutavadisham Nashiki Krutarakshasam Ramayana Mahamalaratnam Vande Nilatmajam Anjananandaram Viram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapi Samakshahantar Vande Lanka Bhayankaram Rangya Sindho Salilam Salilam Yashokavahi Janakatma Jaya Adayatane Tadahalanka Amamitam Pranjali Ranjanayam Anojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Udhimatam Vardishtam Atatmajam Vanardayutamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. This means I go to take refuge in the messenger of Ram, Hanuman, that flow of grace that is always flowing from the Supreme Being, the Paramatma, to our own soul. And we take refuge in that, in our own true nature. Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. Anjaneya Matipatalanam Kanchanadrikamanaya Vigraham Parijat Taramulavasanam Havayami Pavamananandanam Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakhanjalim Vashpavare Paripurna Lochanam Martinamat Rakshasantakam Bajranga Bali Hanuman ki jai. Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram. Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Rama bolo, Ram. Sita bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Sita bolo, bolo bolo Ram. He Ram, da bolo. Rama bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Hare Rama bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Hare Rama bolo. Lachman bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Lachman bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Hey Lachman. Rama bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Rama bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Hanuman bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Hanuman bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Hanuman bolo. Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Hey Rama bolo. Sita bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Sita bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Sita bolo. Rama bolo, bolo Ram. Rama bolo, bolo Ram. Hey Rama. Lachman bolo, bolo Ram. Lachman bolo, bolo Ram. Hey Lachman bolo. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Hanuman. Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Rama. Rama bolo. Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram. 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 Sitaram, Taram, Sitaram, Sitaram, Taram, Sitaram, Jai Sitaram. Taram, Sitaram, Taram, Sitaram, Taram, Sitaram, Jai Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Nitaram, Sitaram, 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 yes, Sitaram, Sitaram. Sitaram, Nitaram, Sitaram, 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 yes, Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, yes, Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 yes, Sitaram. Shri Guru Charan Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukuru Sudhari Bharano Raghubhara Bimala Jasu Shodhaya Kupalachar Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumeram Pavan Kumar Siaram Balabuddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Haro Kale Subhikar Syavara Chanda Padaje Sharanam Jaya Hanuman Jnana Guna Saga Jaya Kapi Sati Loka Puja Ramadutta Tulita Baladhan Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanam Mahavira Bikram Pajarangi Kumati Nivar Sumati Kesangi Lanchanavaram Viraj Subesa Kanana Kundala Kanchita Kesa Atbajra Urdhvaja Viraja Kande Muja Jane Usaja Shankara Suvana Kesari Nanda Teja Pratapa Mahajagabanda Diyavan guni ati chatur Ram kaj karibe ko atu Prabhu charitra sunibe ko rasiya Ram lakhan sita man base Sukshma rupa darsiya hindaka Kat rupa dar lanka jara Hima rupa dare asura sare Ramachandra ke kaj sanwar Lai sajivan lakana niyai Shri Raghuvira har shira lai Ragupati kinhi bahut barai Tumama priya bharatai samabhai Savadan tumaro jasaga Asakahi Shripati Kuntalaga Sanakadika Brahmadi Munisa Narada Sharada Saita Ahisa Brahma Kumbera Digapala Jahante Kabiko Bid Kaisa Ke Kahante Upakar Sugriva Inkina Rama Milaya Raja Padadina Maram Mantra Bibhishanama Lankeshwara Bhaya Sabba Jagajan Yuga Sahasra Jojana Paraban Ilyota Imadura Palajan Prabhu Mudrika Nile Mukamahi Chala Dilange Gae Charajanahi Durga Makaja Jagat Ke Jete Sugama Anugrahat Marete Te Ram Duvare Tumarakavare Otana Agya Binu Pesar Sab sukla hai tumhari sharana Tumhara chakra kahu kodaran Apana teja samaro ape Tino loka hankaten kampe Uttape sashan katan nahi aave Mahavir Chabanam sunave Nasero Hare Sabapir Chapata Nirantara Hanumatabir Sankatate Hanuman Churave Manukama Bachana Dhamma Jola Sabapara Ram Tapasvi Raja Tinake Kaj Sakal Tumasaja और मनोरथ जो खोए लावे सोवे अमित जीवन पल पावे चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियार साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलार अष्ट सिद्धियों निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पास सदा रहो रघुपति के दास तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाय जहाँ जन्म हर भक्त कहाय और देवता चित्तन डरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमेरे हनुमत बलबीर जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाय जो 7 बार पाठ kara koi, chutta hi bandi mahasukha hoy. Hoya pare Hanuman Chalisa, hoya siddhi saki garisa, tulasidas sadar chera, kije nat hridaya mahandir, bhavanatanaya sankataharana, mangalamurti rup siyara. Ram Lakshmana Sita Sahita Deva Sarsura Bhupa Syavara Ramachandra Padaje Sharanam Mangalamurti Martanandan Sakala Amangalamurlanikanda Mangalamurti Martanandan Sakala Amangalam Pulanikanda Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Jai Bajranga Bali Hanuman Sankata Mochana Kripanidhan Jai Bajranga Bali Hanuman Sankata Mochana Kripanidhan Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Jai Siya Ram Jai Baba Hanuman Karuna Sagar Kripanidhan Jai Siya Ram Jai Baba Hanuman Karuna Sagar Kripanidhan Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sita Ram Jai Sita 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram Jai Siya Ram Jai Jai Hanuman Sankata Mochana Kripanidhan Jai Siya Ram Jai Jai Hanuman Sankata Mochana Kripanidhan Jai Bajranga Bali Hanuman Karuna Sagar Kripanidhan Jai Bajranga Bali Hanuman Karuna Sagar Kripanidhan Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Vaisyavar Ramachandra ki Jai. Namaste.
Namaste, Krishnadashi. Thank you so much for the Kirtan and the Hanuman Chalisa. Just one last question that I think that, as students, it's very important that we get the answer to. So as students, what should we draw, or like what should be something that we draw from, like, as inspiration from Hanumanji? Like, that's, as young adults growing up in this society, what's something that we can draw from him?
Well, Maharaji used to ask us, he says, so who's Hanuman? He would say. So we would give all the regular answers. So, the servant of Ram, the perfect servant, yada, yada, yada. And he would go, Nay, Hanuman, Ram ke swas hai. He's the breath of Ram. I've been working on that for 50 years. I still don't know what it means. But breath is what connects us to life, right? Without breath, this body is just a corpse. So for Hanuman to be called the breath of Ram, that's what connects our soul to Ram, this breath. We are part of that flow of breath. In the Bible, in the New Testament, the way it's been translated to come down to us, they call it the Holy Spirit, right? But in the original language of Jesus, which was Aramaic, the word was breath. Called the holy breath is what connects the Father to the Son, the Paramatma to the Atma. The holy breath, the sacred breath, the breath of God, the breath of Ram. So by entering into that flow, moving inside and being pulled inside by the grace of that power of love, we can overcome every obstacle that we have to finding out who we truly are and what we should be doing in this world, how we should be serving other beings and ourselves, of course. Hanuman is the perfect servant because he has no personal agenda. His separateness has been completely dissolved in Ram, in God. He has no will based on ego to satisfy egoistic desires. He has no ego anymore, no sense of a separate self. He's fully enlightened, and yet at the same time, the mystery is that he still stays separate to serve those who don't know Ram inside of them, to destroy negativity and to help us overcome the obstacles that we have. So, Maharaji himself was Hanuman, actually. He was fully merged in Hanuman. And when we asked him, how do we find God? He said, serve people. We said, what? Come on. What about, asana, pranayama, meditation? Come on, how do you raise kundalini? He said, feed people. What? He was telling the truth, but we were just too stupid to understand. When we don't think about ourselves all the time, then we don't think about ourselves. And if we don't think about ourselves, we're not acting from egoistic, self-centered tendencies and desires. But how do you not think about yourself? That's the question. When all we do is think about ourselves all day long, our whole lives. We don't do anything else except think about ourselves or self-reference ourselves in every situation. How is this for me? How am I? They like me? They don't like me? Should I be this? Should I be that? That's all we do all life long. So Maharaji said, love everyone, serve everyone, remember God. The remember is bhajan. The remember is japa. The remember is the repetition of the name. He said, Ram Nam Karne se sab puro jata hai. From going on repeating the name of Ram, these names of God, everything is accomplished. Everything is made full and complete. And he said, the names of God can wipe fate from your forehead. It can erase the karmas that we ourselves have created. The grace of the name. So Hanuman is merged completely in the name all the time. And in the Hanumat Stovan, it says there, Anjaneya Matipatalananam Kanchanadri Kamaniya Vigraham Parijata Tarumuda Vasanam Bhavyami Pavamananandanam. He sits at the foot of the Parijata tree, this heavenly tree, merged in bhav, in love of God, in love. Not of God, but love is God. In God, in love. And whenever Ram's name is chanted, Hanuman is there. That love is there to connect us. So it's all about the repetition of the name. It's all about doing some practice, some japa, some bhajan, and gradually extricating ourselves from the obsessive flow of thought and emotion and self-defining nonsense that makes us think that we are who we think we are, because we are not. But we think we are. What to do? Kya karega? Bhajan. That's what we have to do. Some practice. You can't think yourself out of a prison that's made out of thought. Every thought is the prison. Practice is what's important. Spiritual practice must be done. Otherwise, we're just regurgitating the same stuff all life long. We have to find a way to dilute the glue that holds us to all those thoughts and emotions and stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. If we don't dilute the glue, we're always stuck to it. And we can't think ourselves out of that. So that's what practice is about. That's what bhajan is about. That's what nam japa is about. And Hanumanji is the perfect example of that. Maharaji's lips were always moving, no matter what was happening. Ram, Ram, Ram. It was just going on automatically because he had merged with that. So, lecture is over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Krishnadasji. That was
Okay.
just a truly amazing performance. So soulful and touching. And thank you for your answer too. It shared a lot of wisdom with us. We really got to experience a moment of deep thought. And, with our deepest gratitude, we really want to thank you for celebrating with us. Ramnavami and our celebration of Lord Rama. This was just a truly wonderful performance, and thank you for being with us. And to know more about Krishna Das ji and his music, please visit krishnadas.com. And we also like to thank everyone else for joining us tonight. This was truly wonderful and communal experience. Our next Ramnavami event is coming this Tuesday, and it is hosted by Penn State. Please register at the link shown on the screen. And please follow us on social media for any other updates about our future events. Dhanyavad, Namaste, and Shubhra.